everybody. Good afternoon or good evening or good morning to you. Welcome to What's Love Got to Do with It on My Psychic Connection. And I am your reader for today, Bunny Sugars. And you guys, I'm so excited to be back. It's been a minute. I've been on a little vacation and I'm so excited to start reading for all of you again. It's been so long. However, before we get into some readings, let's go ahead and get into some house rules really quick. We're going to go through the house rules real quick, especially if you're new here. We're going to tell you everything that you need to know. So here on My Psychic Connection, we do offer free and paid readings. We just ask that you provide us with a specific question. And you can do that here on Facebook or on YouTube if you're watching live. Now, if you have a general question, make sure you take that to mypsychicconnection.com. We'd prefer you use the website because general readings, they kind of get tricky. And sometimes you're not ready to air what you have to air in regards to a general reading live on radio. And so for your comfort, we definitely want you to go ahead and use mypsychicconnection.com. And if you sign up, you get 3 free minutes to start your reading, which is pretty freaking cool. So that's always a fun thing to take in mind because 3 minutes is a little bit longer of a reading than you had before, right? So also keep in mind, if you have any medical or legal questions, let's save those for the medical or legal professionals by law. Oh, Gemma says, hello, beautiful bunny. Hi, Gemma. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Well, that I've been on a live. It's been a minute since I saw you last because sometimes I was in the chats with you guys being an audience member too. So I'm so happy to see you again, Gemma. But back to it, we were talking about medical and legal questions, and those we want to save those for the professionals because by law we're not really allowed to answer some of those questions, and so we'd rather leave it to the professionals. Now, if you want a longer reading or you'd like to jump ahead of the list, you can always donate using the link in the chat. And when you donate using the link in the chat, you can pick from a quick reading, a mini, a medium, or a mega reading. And a mega reading is really cool because you get up to 4 questions and you can ask for a mediumship with the mega reading. So cool stuff. And also a mini, a medium, and a mega are all untimed. And they take as long as it takes for the message to get out. So Spirit likes to take the wheel with those. Now, if you love what we're doing here and you would wish to support us with a donation, keep in mind that every dollar of every donation that we get here goes to Female Strong. It's a beautiful organization helping women around the world. And if you love what we do here and if you want to help a beautiful cause at the same time, go ahead and hit that donation button. So with that said, everybody, we do have games here for you tonight. We have a lightning round halfway through, and we're also having the emoji contest. Love the emoji contest, one of my favorites. Now, before I get into some readings for you guys, let's talk about what's love got to do with it. We're here to talk about love, and we're not just talking about romantic love. We're talking about self-love. We're talking about the love of another. We're talking about familial and platonic love. We're talking about the love of money, the love of your pets, the love of shopping. We're talking about all the different forms love can take and how we can grow and move forward within those experiences. And we can start by looking at love that we are holding on to within our own life to kind of branch our understanding and deepen those horizons into what love really is and what love has to do with any of the stuff that we have going on here as a human peoples. So thank you all so much for being here today. And I'm so excited to get into it with you guys. Don't forget there's that emoji contest. And you guys, are you ready? Because we're ready for some questions. I'm ready. I haven't seen you guys in a minute, but let's go ahead and start jumping into some questions. And Gemma's our first one up. She asks, hi, will Adam and I get to go on holiday next year? All right, Gemma, let's kind of look at, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Because I think the possibility is very high. I just think it's going to be a little bit difficult. I do kind of pick up off the bat. There might be some hiccups, and it could be a little bit of a travel hiccup. Not just a travel hiccup, but I also feel a financial hiccup. So the answer to your question is possibly, but there has to be a little bit of leeway given. And I mean that by if it becomes something that, let's see, Gemma says, I'm desperate for a vacation. Girl, I know how it feels, but I do feel like that there just has to be a little bit more prioritizing in how. There needs to be some reflection, because if the financial part's going to be a little bit of a tricky situation in this one, then we need to streamline where our finances are being put into in order to make this dream come true. So it's a possibility that can happen, but it's going to take a lot of focus and a lot of shifting your Gemma says, I am anxious to travel far. That's also something that has to be worked on, that anxiety. So not only is it the financial, it's that anxiety that you have to work through. These can be worked through. It's just taking a lot of self-work. But thank you so much for your beautiful question, Gemma. And just remember, pacing yourself. You can only do one thing at a time. When you try and take on 600 tasks at once, it can get a little bit too discombobulated to keep track of. So, you guys, we haven't done this in a while. So I'd like to have a carrot for your thought moment. And Gemma says, thank you. You are so very welcome, Gemma. So I want to take a moment to talk about something that's really important to the topic of love, and that is categories within love. And this is words like soulmates, twin flames, life partners, things like that. We use these words a little bit flippantly. We use these words very loosely, very flippantly, and I just want us to go over what these words actually entail, right? So let's take the term soulmate. A soulmate is not just your person, the person you're going to be with forever. A soulmate is someone who you share that deeper connection with, and this can be platonic and sometimes romantic. A soulmate connection is not always going to be a romantic connection. And soulmates are someone typically you've crossed paths with in prior lifetimes. And that's why you'll have more than one soulmate. And that could be Sonia Sellers. Hi, Mom. She says, you look beautiful, baby girl. Thank you, Mommy. I love when my mommy comes to visit. Adrian H says, yay, Karen. I know you guys missed the beta carotene for your spirit. I did too. But soulmates are not always going to be just that one romantic partner. Now, sometimes it's just a platonic partner. Your mother can be your soulmate, your best friend, your dog. Like, these are people you've crossed paths with, and it's not always romantic. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have twin flames. Your twin flame is not a soulmate. You don't want a twin, because let's think about it in a really rational sort of way, right? Why would you want to date yourself? Norma says, I'm with a twin flame. That's very interesting. A twin flame connection and soulmates are used interchangeably, but those words are wrong. Typically, a twin flame is someone who mirrors your actions. It's based on a reflection of yourself in this moment, whether it be good or bad. It's like a reflection of your inner self in the moment. So it's going to be hard for you to grow as a person if you're dating someone who reflects the same thing you're projecting out into the world, right? So you have to be super duper careful with that. Now, a life partner, that's just vibes and a good time. A life partner is someone who you may not see eye to eye with. You may not want to be together forever. If you want to look at it in a human term, it's settling, quote unquote. A life partner is somebody who you may not match an expression, but you can grow with each other. You can grow and become better people together. You choose your life partner. However, fun fact is a soulmate can be a life partner, but a life partner does not have to be a soulmate. You can find your opposite that attracts to you within your soulmate, category. It's very interesting. Norma, sorry, word was wrong. We are alike in many ways, but not many. That's more so a good thing when you think about it, because look at the yin yang symbol. They're two opposite things that complete each other. Your person should never be the exact same as you. You need them to opposite you in some way, because when you're able to be challenged like that, you grow into a relationship. You grow as a person. And then the depth of the relationship gets deeper. It's really fun to look at it in that sort of way. However, karmics are a thing that I see people talk about from time to time. A karmic partner typically does what you've done to other people. Karmic. You're receiving, you're karmic. Karmic is not good. They typically are temporary relationships. They do not last long and typically are not the best situation to be in. And it's just a reflection in a human form of essentially things you've done to others. And don't take it too personally. You can sit and think that you've, been a good person your entire life and you've never hurt anybody. But remember something very important: you will always be someone's villain in some part of their story arc. Roseanne says, "Hey, Bunny." Hi, Rose. I'm so happy to see you guys here again. So that's a little bit of some terms and definitions when we're talking about love and relationships. Soulmates, twin flames, life partners, karmics. These are all super duper important messages and terminology that we kind of have to reestablish how we use them. Definitely, especially when talking to the spiritualist, because people do get hurt when we say they're not your soulmate, and we're never trying to hurt you. We're just trying to let you know that's just what it is. So with that said, that was a carrot for your thought, and let's go ahead and jump into another question. Adrian asks, hello, will boyfriend slash baby daddy still be together this time next year? Ah, thank you, lovely. I'm going to keep that on the screen because I want to make sure I'm understanding it correctly. Will you two still be together by next year? I'm going to be honest, it's looking kind of difficult. It's a little bit difficult. And I say that because I'm getting the idea that there's already some kind of there's a little bit of turbulence in the water. And while I feel like he's going to open up a little bit more to you, I think because of past situations between the two of you, it's going to be a little bit hard to make this go through. You two do work well together. There's a camaraderie between you both that does happen to work. But on an emotional level, it seems like you two are not fully 100% on the right page with one another. This has a lot to do with the fact that he is carrying a lot. And it's almost like he's carrying too much. Now, this could be from previous relationships or previous relationship with you, meaning from the past. And if he is carrying some of this baggage from the past with you, it is going to be super hard to move forward. Adrian says, yes, we are working hard on communication. Definitely is important to work on, but there's an emotional aspect he has to touch within himself that he may not be able to see. And there's a level of patience you're going to have to make this work. And it's going to be very, very difficult to maintain. But don't beat yourself up. Don't think it's a no, it's not going to happen. Just give it time. And I think there's a level of patience. And she says we are working hard on communication. Definitely. Communication is probably the biggest backbone and what can make or break a relationship. If you cannot have good communication with your partner, your relationship will not follow through. It will not succeed. Even with good communication, it can still be a little bit tricky, a little bit difficult, but that communication is going to help open it up. But your partner is going to have to be receptive and be able to open into that communication. I do think he will. Just give him time. Shoot, I had a little bit more for you going on, my friend, but I do hope I've been able to help you with that, looking for some clarity. And thank you so, so much for your beautiful, beautiful question. And remember, guys, if you like what's going, oh, Adrian says, and trust. Definitely trust is important. Trust and communication are the building blocks to every single relationship. Definitely. And remember, if you are enjoying what we do here, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and share button. Share the video out, invite your friends to the party because we're having a good time asking all these good romance questions. And also keep in mind that tonight at 10 p.m. you can look into your dreams with Into the Shadow of Dreams with Journey and Kay. So we got a fun lineup for you guys tonight. You get love and you get dreams, and sometimes they overlap and intertwine with each other. So you get a 2-for-1 special today. So let's go ahead and jump into our next question. Let's see. Emma says, does Joe like me more than he's letting on, please? Ooh. So firstly, off the bat, I think the answer is yes. I think what is kind of stopping your feelings or your notions in that way, your thought process here, I feel like it has a lot to do with a bit of insecurity. I think he shows his emotions to you. He's not going to tell you. He's not going to speak it. He's not going to be like, oh, baby, I love you so much. He is going to show you through actions that he is feeling the same thing you are feeling, right? Now, again, there is an almost like, if I can put some imagery to it, an orbiting between the two of you. It's like you two circle each other, but you two never really collide. Not that you want the planets to collide, that could be bad, but it's more so there's that from a distance appreciation. And that's kind of what his love language is. He is actions, not affirmations. So he is not always going to be verbal with how he feels about you, but you'll certainly know when he shows it. Does he sometimes bring you things when you're not expecting it? Does he take the trash out? Does he, check up on you, see how your day is doing? If something's going on, is he, trying to do something? Emma says he's very caring towards me and flirts a lot. See, it's a difference in love language. So yes, he does like you more than he's expressing, but it's not because he doesn't like you or he's hiding something. It's literally just because his love expression is different. Emma says lots of banter. Definitely. He's a jokester. We love a jokester here. And so he's going to be talkative, just in the opposite way than you expect. It gives me very Gemini, but I'm biased. However, definitely a situation of different love languages, and that's just the way he expresses it. And I don't see anything really wrong in this relationship. I think you might just be overthinking sometimes. Oh, my friend, thank you so much. That bell. Me and that bell are going to have a fight again. Emma says definitely. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for your beautiful, beautiful question. And I hope I've been able to give you some more clarity on that. So, with that said, let's talk about something real quick. Let's take up in another carrot. We love beta carotene. So, soulmates are an interesting topic because we have to talk about something that's really important. Your soulmate is not always ready for you. Just because you have a soul connection with somebody does not mean that that person is really ready for the connection. Because remember, everybody that you interact with and that you meet is on a different level of their spiritual journey, a very different level. And not always do those levels kind of align on the same page. And that's okay. Now, it doesn't make them bad. It doesn't make them immature. It just makes them at a different path. Alexa says, hello, beautiful bunny. Hi, Alexa. It's so good to see you again. It's so good to see you guys. I'm so excited. But it's not that the person is bad or immature, that they're not on the same page as you. Sometimes it just means that it's not the right time for them yet. Your soulmate does not, a romantic soulmate especially, does not guarantee you get to be with that soulmate. There's no guarantee. Destiny, I was told by a very wise squirrel that destiny is not a promise, and nor is it a guarantee. It's an opportunity. Wise squirrel once told me. So, in understanding and breaking that down a little bit within yourself, it's a really important to not internalize it so much that you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be forever alone. You're not going to be forever alone. I mean, there's 6 point something 900 million. Roseanne says, you are awesome. I miss listening to you. Thank you so much, Roseanne. I'm so happy I can come back with my voice and give you guys all the beta carotene that you need. But there's like about a whole bunch of billion people on this earth. Do you really think that there's only one person who's going to be your person who can understand you? On a mathematical, logical level, that's not possible. And spirit's not just going to leave you hanging like that. They're not going to say, well, this person wasn't ready, so the door is closed, you suck, goodbye. They're not going to do you like that. They could, but they won't. So just because your soulmate isn't ready for you doesn't mean that you've lost out on a soulmate connection. It just hurts because we internalize heartbreak and then we add a label onto it that's so big and it just swells and it hurts more. So just think about that the next time you think about your next or your breakups that you've had that with someone you thought was your soulmate. And then you ended up finding another relationship that's probably better. Or you're still looking for a relationship that's probably better. You really think you're going to be alone forever? If you walk out the door, there's probably 70 people up and down the street. So you're never alone. So that's a fun little tidbit about soulmates. People do really get concerned when soulmates aren't ready for them. And it's like, they're just not ready on their terms. But there's always someone else who'll be ready for you on their terms or your terms. So you just have to keep trying. And with that, that was a little bit of carrots for your thoughts. And with that, let's jump into another question. And also, you guys, by the way, there is this emoji contest going on. So I want to see emojis. I want to see the emojis because if you win the emoji contest, you get a free card pull from me, which is always freaking cool. So go ahead and start throwing those emojis in the chat. I want to see them. I want to see them, a lot of them. So let's go ahead and jump into our next question. Svetlana, I love your name so much, asks, what to expect in my next career? Any changes? Oh, now we're talking about the love of career. I love this question. So any changes? I feel like there is a shift coming in your career, definitely. I feel like your career may not be a stable place right now. It kind of comes off like you're going to end up looking at your other options and moving on from this area, because I feel like there's a little bit of not feeling comfortable, not feeling secure. If an earthquake was under you, that's kind of giving me the idea of you and your job. So I feel like what's going to happen is you're going to start exploring your options. You're going to start exploring your options and what you really want. And this is going to push you into moving into a different career. Now, this could be just a different job, corporation. I don't think it's going to be a whole career avenue change. However, I think you're going to find what it is that really drives you when you change the location or the company that you're with, because what it is where you are now, the people there are holding you back. It feels a little here catty and competitive. It feels a little bit off. And because it feels off to you, you don't feel like you can properly focus on the type of work that you're supposed to be doing. And that's what's going to be the driving force behind you shifting into a different career situation. Now, you are going to find a place that is going to feed you internally in your heart that you need it to. This is a good thing, because this allows you not just options, but it allows you growth. So I'm hearing promotional growth as well. So what you're going to do is probably start looking for a whole different company, because this one you're at now is not really it. It is not holding it down for you currently. And I feel like that would be the best thing for you. So just go ahead and start looking. Oh, excuse me. Now, I do feel like there's something here also. It comes off like a lot of anxiety around things being better in some way. It almost feels like a group activity that you have to, it's like you're being in school with a group activity and you're kind of carrying. Svetlana, I hope that was able to help you, and good luck moving forward, because new career shifts are really, really, really difficult, but good luck to you moving forward in the future. And let's go ahead and take another question. And also put those emojis in the chat. We have an emoji contest, and start getting ready, because there'll be a lightning round soon. So definitely get it going. Talitha, I hope I said your name right. Your name is beautiful, and I'm so sorry if I butchered it. She asks, I have one question. When am I going to be financially, physically okay with my family? Ooh, 2026 is the first thing I heard. So we're looking like another 2 years out is when you're going to get that financial success. And more so, abundance is what you're looking for. So that financial abundance is going to be coming around 2026. I think right now what's happening is there's a lack of direction, and it's a lack of understanding between you and your family members. So I feel like you've put a lot of extra stress on yourself. You're kind of drowning in this stress, but you also need to be careful of somebody who is relaying information to you. This could be another family member. However, be careful of who relays the information to you, because that person is not 100% to be trusted. This is going to make you feel like you're drowning more in this big, it's like a barrel of water that you're kind of sitting in, and it keeps getting higher. The water keeps getting higher. And I feel like you've put a lot of pressure on yourself in regards to the situation. However, the monetary aspects of this do improve with the next 2 years, but there needs to be a very serious icing out of why is this happening? What is the communication lapse going on? Who is this person who's not really telling me the full truth? Just be very aware of who you're talking to about situations or the situation, and try and open up communication with the reasonable parties, i.e., other family that really matter in regard to the situation. Because if you allow people to talk in your ear when you're going through something very heavy like this, which is financial difficulty, you are allowing them essentially to take hold of you. And that's a problem, because you will falter. You will continue to drown in that way. However, you can rise above that water level. You just have to be aware and start really listening to people when they're talking to you about what is going on, how is it happening, and what could come from this. But I am seeing 2026 as being when you are able to kind of come out of this financial bind. Thank you so much, my friend, for your beautiful, beautiful question. And be very careful. Everybody, this is a good just note. Be careful of people who are talking to you when you have a rough time. And Alexis Ann says, sprinkled with love. Definitely always sprinkled with some love. Maricela says, hello, hello, Maricela. So definitely be careful when people are talking to you during vulnerable moments. Be very careful. And I say that because you can change the trajectory of everything you're trying to do. It can hurt relationships. It can completely total things when you're allowing outside voices to get in between you and your intuition and what you need to do. So always keep that in mind and always, always, always be careful. So let's go ahead and jump into our next question. All right, what did oh did it done? Oh my gosh, the duns. You guys, you heard the lightning. Let's go ahead and jump into our lightning round. So, in the lightning round, ask me as many questions as you can in 3 minutes. I don't care how many questions you ask. You can ask me, the sky is blue. Is it red? But let's focus on love this time. So, ask me, is the sky pink with love? Am I going to get married? Will I be going to see my significant other? Let's ask these love questions because we're going to do like a straight up intuition test. So go ahead and throw as many questions as you can into the chat. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Because you get a free yes, no, or undetermined from me, which is always fun. So go ahead and start throwing those questions in the chat. Let's go. I can't wait to see how many questions I get today. So you got 3 minutes. Ask me yes, no, or undetermined questions. So remember, yes or no. Yes or no questions. Gemma asks, will Adam visit me this year? Yes. Cindy asks, is Jay going to give me a chance? Undetermined. Ooh, yeah, undetermined. Gemma, will Adam attend my son's wedding with me? Undetermined. That's interesting. Maricela, is Elle serious about what they say? No. Roseanne, move this year. There's more, but no. Maricela, will we move to Austin? Undetermined, but there's more. Dang it. There's more. All right, you guys keep asking those questions. We still got time on the clock, and you still get to have my intuition for free. So go ahead, keep asking those questions. Kelly, will I get a new job soon? Yes. Ooh, I love a new job situation. Gemma, will my windows and door are my windows and door being replaced on Friday go smoothly? Yes. Thank goodness. Let's see. Allison, will my truck / vehicle last this year? No. Alexa, will I ever get married? Yes. Keep asking those questions, guys. Maricela, will we move to Fort Worth? There was 2 places. Undetermined. There, girl. Cindy, will I hear from Jay? Yes. Allison, will I hear from my daughter this year? Yes. Let's see. Allison, will I hear from my son this year? No. All right. Allison, will I ever find my forever partner? Yes. Keep asking those questions. Jasmine, will Tommy reach out? Yes. Roseanne, will I get my car? Yes. All right, you guys. Lovely Light, will I get married? Yes. Ooh, I love that one. Allison, will I ever get engaged or married again? Yes. All right, you guys keep going. Gemma, should I stay in a travel lodge on the night of my son's wedding? Undetermined. Roseanne, will we move this year? Undetermined. There's something there. Alexa, will I get a new car soon? Yes. We love new cars. Gemma, will Adam and I get married? Ooh, undetermined. Girl, will I be successful this year? Roseanne, yes. Jasmine, will my shed come Friday? Yes. Oh my God, I love these questions. You guys keep them coming. I'm gonna take that back. The bell rang. We are out of time. But thank you all so much for playing the lightning round. The lightning round is one of my favorites. It's a big old intuition test. So thank you all so much for playing. Some of you guys, there's more. And you could see me struggle. There's some more that needs to be talked about. So I hope y'all ask a question because I got something to say. I got something to tell you later. And thank you guys so much for playing along. Make sure you keep posting those emojis in the chat. Alexa says, thank you, sweet girl. Love that. You are so very welcome, Alexa. Guys, make sure you post those emojis in the chat because there's that emoji contest. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe because it's cool here. Like, we're cool. We're besties. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. And then remember, at 10 p.m., you can look into your dreams and into the shadow of dreams with Journey and Kay. Always a fun time. So go ahead and do all those things and put those emojis in the chat while we get to our next question. Clarissa, we missed a bubble. Clarissa says, I'm off work. I'm here. Hi, girl. Hey. I'm here, right here with you. Oh my goodness, you guys are awesome. Thank you, everyone who's dropping in. Thank you to all the new people coming in. You guys are amazing. Throw those emojis in the chat because free cards are fun and, free readings are fun. So go ahead and let's go ahead and jump into our next question. Go ahead and post emojis. Marie says, hey, may I have a message on what is next for me in love? Okay, let's see. I know what deck to pick. I almost feel like what's next for you in love. I hear patience. Patience is a big one. And look, don't shoot me. I'm the messenger. Come for spirit. I just am the megaphone for them. It feels like patience. It's what's coming next for you because it's not that you're not going to have this love that you're looking for. It just is requiring you to step out of your comfort zone. So they're asking for you to step out of your comfort zone with either whether it is meeting people, whether it is getting comfortable with the idea of places you may not be familiar with. It's almost like spirit is wanting you to just really kind of get out there. Really put your best foot forward. Just say, hey, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to the mall by myself. I'm going to go see a movie by myself. They're saying just go out and explore because the best way you can start getting comfortable and meeting new people is to really go out here and just get comfortable being by yourself. It's almost like spirit is saying a comfort level with yourself is going to help you get comfortable with the meeting and schmoozing and introducing and the dating of others. So it's patience with yourself that's being asked of you. And that's going to be a little bit of a tough one because unfortunately we are not the most patient beings, especially with ourselves. But what spirit is really asking you to do here is just take a moment, give yourself some grace, slow down, and let's just start getting comfortable in our own self-confidence. That's really what the message is here. So next for you in love, I do see someone coming to you. And I feel like this is going to be May 2020, maybe May 2025. So between this May and next year May. However, it's going to really be dependent on how much work you decide to do with your interior self, with you. How boo-boo me and this bell, but thank you so much for your beautiful, beautiful question and your beautiful, beautiful energy. It takes time to love. Love is not, love of another especially also has a lot to do with self-love because you can't love someone else until you love yourself. That is the most truest statement. It seems like the most cliche you could find, the most cliche statement in the world, but it is really the truest statement in the world because when you're comfortable with the type of person you are, you can literally do anything. Oh, Marie says, thank you. Makes sense. You are so very welcome, Marie. getting comfortable with yourself is the first step into being able to get comfortable with loving another. That's a lot of self-love there. You got to love you before you can give that love to someone else. And sometimes you just got to take it slow. So thank you so much for your beautiful question. And let's go ahead and jump into our next question. You guys are awesome tonight. Catherine says, will I get a refund from the flight I canceled? Ooh, let's talk about that one. Because I hope so. I hope you get a refund. Shoot. I feel like the answer here is no, unfortunately. I think they are going to find, this airline is going to find some loophole here that's going to kind of throw you for a loop. Now, is there anything you can really do to get them to, side with you more? Not really. You're coming up with a lot of lack of communication from the side of the airline, and it comes up with a lot of over communication from your end because you're on top of this. And so what I kind of feel like is happening is essentially they don't care. They don't really care. And I feel like because the flight was canceled outside of a certain period of time that you would be able to get a refund, they're not going to do it. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like that refund is coming to you, my friend. But there's abundance in other ways that will come, definitely. But I'm so sorry about that. That sucks when that happens. I was hoping you would get your refund back because no one deserves to be asked out a couple dollars this year. That's messed up. But I do hope I was able to help give you some clarity. And thank you so much for your beautiful question. All right, you guys, we are having a good time here. So in my last little carrot for our thoughts moment, I was talking about how your soulmate is not always ready for you. But I want to talk about removing soulmate, twin flame, karmics, and stuff from our vocabulary and just look at everybody as a learning lesson. I feel when we put labels on stuff like that, we set our expectations way too high. Our expectations go to the sun when you put a label as heavy and as serious as soulmate, twin flame, soul contract, and all this stuff. You end up making the severity of the relationship higher. And so for you, the stakes get bigger. And what happens when the stakes get bigger? Your emotions get deeper and deeper involved. But then what happens when that soulmate, like I said before, isn't ready for you? You end up crumbled, crushed, because you've set the expectation too high because you're like, this is my person. This is everything. This is my soulmate. But Alexa says, I agree, Bunny. Very well said. Thank you, Alexa. Yes. It is hard. We end up hurting ourselves so much when we put the label of soulmate, twin flame, karmic, life partner on top of things, on top of our relationships. We then forget that our person that we're talking to is actually a human going through their own spiritual journey. And we end up hurting them in the process because we've set the expectation for them to be literal perfection of what we think a soulmate is. No one is perfect. No one will ever 100% act in how you think a soulmate is supposed to be. But what you can do is create space for that person that you're trying to be with and that you're trying to love. That is what being in love is. It's not that you're to fix someone or be a therapist. It's not that they are your soulmate and they're going to be this perfect person. It's about opening space up within yourself and in your heart. Alexa says, absolutely. I'm so glad we are preaching today. But it's being in love and having that romantic connection is so much more than just being with someone you think is your soulmate. You have to remember that there's a person on a spiritual journey. Give them space to grow. And also with your soulmate, usually the first 6 months is kind of like a real rocking horse of a period. So just remember, when you put labels on things, you end up tying more emotion than necessary into it. And instead of looking at it as, or looking at them as a person who's also going through their own thing, we end up putting this air of perfection on them that they will never meet. And then we're always disappointed at the end. So be very careful with your labels, my guys. So I hope this was able to clarify some things. I feel like that's a super duper important lesson. And then there's some beta carotene for your spirit. I'll just be throwing out carrots into the audience today. It's a good time. So I hope you guys are having a good time here. And let's go ahead and jump into your next. And we have a donation. Thank you so much, Clarissa, for donating tonight. And Clarissa says, okay, I donated. My question, it's not really a question. Tell me good things are happening in my love life between now and December. No, bestie. I can tell you anything you want, but I can only tell you the truth that spirit sees me. So first and foremost, yes, there is going to be some good things. But the problem is, and I can tell it right off the bat, I don't even got to draw a card for this one. You are going through way too much in your life right now. You focus. The focus is not where it needs to be. You need to focus on one step at a time, one bunny hop at a time. What I mean by that is if there's something with family, with work, something with your car, something going on that needs your focus right now. Spirit is not going to just throw a relationship at you for funsies and be like, all right, your life is kind of a flaming hellfire. This is like a pit of hell right now, but we're going to just throw you this relationship to kind of mess it up more. They're not going to do that. So what spirit is kind of asking you here is to just slow your thought process on that down, because it kind of comes off as you really, really want this, and I can feel it. You want that person, and you will get that person. I'm here by 2025, 6-ish. But there's some things. Now, timelines are fluid. Time is fluid, so is tarot. Remember that. But there are some things you need to accomplish first before you are literally able to put yourself into this feeling of romance. You're going to get somewhere, I promise. But life has to take hold first. You are putting carts before the horse, my friend. And we don't want to do that, because when you do that, you end up being tripped up. And if you're not mentally, physically, or spiritually ready for this partner, you're going to fumble the bag. We don't want to fumble the bag. We don't want to fumble what's going on. So spirit needs you to kind of dial things a little bit back. Let your head just kind of breathe in one ear, out the other, and focus on A, B, X, Y, and Z. You need to kind of streamline your priorities with when you're thinking about this love scenario. However, I do see someone coming to you specifically in the winter season. So this is going to be a winter time frame. So when I said 2025 or 2026, this is going to be after a period, a moving period, a shifting period. This is going to be when you're able to start looking at what is in front of you, literally looking at what is in front of you and start prioritizing. Once you start prioritizing, spirit's going to start moving things along. You're also not going to be in the same area that you are in right now. So there's a move that needs to happen before you're able to really get into this romantic thing. You're not where you want to be. You're not spiritually happy where you are. You're kind of majority stressed out. And so in order for spirit to give you this love, you got to clear some of that out. You cannot have a basket full of fruit and then be trying to put grenades into it. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's going to blow up in your face, quite literally. So take that time that spirit is kind of letting you breathe with and be able to shift your focus into what is going on in front of you. So I'm not saying no, you're not finding love, because you definitely are. It's just not going to be in the time frame you want it to be, and it's also not going to be at the span of where you're girl, when I tell you your brain is overloaded, it's overloaded. You got too much going on. You cannot add another person in there right now. So spirit said, slow down, my friend, slow down. Solve the things in front of you first. Plan your next moves, and then tap into the energy looking for that relationship, because it's coming. But the faster you kind of organize your life, the faster it'll come to you. So I do hope that was able to help you, my friend. Ooh, we got to clear our minds. But thank you so much for your donation. And thank you so much for your beautiful, beautiful energy. You guys are awesome tonight. And remember, emoji contest is a thing. And remember, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. I said describe. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you are interested in leaving a review, if you're having a good time here, go to journeyryanlive.com/reviews/reviews specifically, and go ahead and leave a review, especially if you like what's going on here tonight. So let's go ahead and jump into our next question. However, before we do that, Gemma, congratulations. You are our emoji contest winner. So thank you everyone so much for participating. I did see emojis in the chat. I'm not gonna get on y'all today. Gemma, congratulations, my friend. Now let's go ahead and take a look into Dark Mirror Oracle, because I really think there's some self-internal something going on here. Now let's jump into it. From my understanding, from what I'm picking up here, there is a need for you to reevaluate how you view yourself. It's almost like you've had to put a mask on for people for so long, but that mask needs to fall off. The dang on mask is chipping away. The thing is like crumbling apart. That mask needs to be thrown in the trash. And you need to start showing who Gemma really is. I feel like you are very hyper focused on how people view you outside of you. It's like if you go to the store, something you're worried something is watching, someone, not something. Girl, it ain't the skinwalkers. It's someone. Gemma says, yes, exactly that. Yes, you feel like someone's eyes are constantly on you. You feel like someone is constantly looking for you, constantly looking at you, constantly judging you. That is an exhausting way to live life, first and foremostly. However, look at this card, Masquerade. It's an awesome card. But look at this mask, quote unquote, that's sitting on her head. What does it look like? It looks like it's eating at her brain. The mask isn't on her face. The mask is in her head. The mask is what is consuming. This need to be perfect. The need to look a certain way. The need to look dignified like an adult lady. The need to just be this person other than who you really are. It is consuming you. And that also has a little bit of sourcing and where that anxiety comes from. Because being comfortable with yourself, self-love, remember that you're not able to be comfortable with yourself. So you wear this mask that's really just kind of a leech that is eating off of you. You have to allow yourself to just become comfortable with who Gemma really is. Gemma is she's a little weird by like societal definitions, but so am I. So, get with it, get into it. However, these things aren't bad, but you've been made to think that aspect of yourself is bad. And it's not. It's just Gemma. Gemma is Gemma. And Gemma's not out here hurt nobody. Gemma's just having a good time being herself. And that's what you have to remember. So, Gemma says, haha, yes, definitely. So, what this card is asking you to do, or is telling you, is what Spirit is saying, ma'am, what you got to go and do is really start allowing yourself to show who you truly are. It's time for Gemma to get out of her shell. It's time for Gemma to stop hiding behind this mask that's not really a mask, that just kind of eats at her. Like, it just feels like cat trapped in a paper bag energy. It's like scared of your shadow energy. No, just Gemma's beautiful. Let Gemma be beautiful, because all of you, weird or not, is gorgeous. And if the world don't like it, that's them problem. Remember, it's a them problem, not a you problem. If people don't like how you appear, it's them. It's not you. So I hope this was able to help give some clarity to you, Gemma. Gemma says, yes, I've already started doing this. Good. Keep going. I'm proud of you. Keep going. I'm so excited. So thank you so much, Gemma, for being our emoji contest winner. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the emoji contest. You all are awesome. So we have some more time here, so let's get into some more questions. We have time and effort today. Kelly says, I'm in a toxic workplace. When will I find a new job? Oh, Kelly, let's see. September. It's quick. I love when the message comes out immediately. September looks like this is when a new job is going to appear for you. It kind of looks like you have some options and ways you want to go. However, it's kind of like you got to stay afloat right now with this job, because what you don't want to do is exit out too soon. So literally go ahead and start looking on whatever site you need to look on for this. Because what's going to happen is the more you long for it, the more you hunt for it, the more you search for it, the more you find it. This job that is coming up for you, though, is going to be a much better situation for you. And it really does feel like that longing that you have right now is going to be worth it. So yes, it's a really iffy situation. It's a very unhealthy situation, but write it out for as long as you can. Try not to move the cart before the horse and attempt to start finding something new, because you are going to get an opportunity closer to December. But you know, time is fluid, so is tarot. If you start being proactive on it, it's going to come faster. It's going to come sooner. But proactive is how you change timelines. Your free will changes everything. It trumps everything. So if you have something that you've been interested in, go ahead and apply. There's no need to wait. You have nothing to wait for. And remember, like I said, time is fluid, so is tarot. The only thing stopping you from changing your timeline faster is how proactive you are within that timeline. So I hope, Bell, you can't catch me. Not today. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and thank you so much for your beautiful, beautiful question and your beautiful, beautiful energy. And I'm wishing you the best of luck in finding that new situation for you. And so, since we are here, gathered here today, let's go ahead and jump into another question. You guys, we're having a good time. We are having the fun, and I love it for us. Cindy asks, my friend Jay had a small stroke last week. Oh my goodness, Cindy, I'm so sorry. And things are a little difficult with us. I just want to know, does he still want to stay connected and continue with me? Oh my goodness, Cindy. I'm sending you lots of love. Everyone in the chat, send Cindy's friend Jay lots of healing love. That one hit home. So let me see what I can find to you. And I'm wishing you both the best moving forward. It's a really rough time. However, I do think, yes, he wants to stay connected with you, but there's something that needs to be. Cindy says, thank you. You are so very welcome, my friend. Now, yes, he wants to stay with you, but there are some things here that you need to have a conversation with. And it feels like something from the past. It feels like something that was a little bit rocky or askew, something that was not communicated properly between the two of you. There needs to be a backing up and revisiting that conversation and an explanation and understanding of what happened. Because I feel like there is something here that you both misunderstood greatly about each other at some point, and it needs to be corrected. There is a really big communication that needs to come through for this connection to stay connected, if that makes sense. And I think it's almost like a healing of the spirit between the two of you. Cindy says, yes, definitely be the first one to make that move. Don't wait for Jay. Be the first one to open that conversation and really hear what's going on. Because I feel like if this can get solved, that connection not only can stay stable, but will grow stronger from this. But there's an understanding that needs to happen, and it needs to come through with a lot of love and care. Like, don't go in too crass to the conversation. Don't blame, don't be upset, just try and go in with an open heart and as much understanding as possible, because I feel like whatever this is hurts him. It makes him clam up. And shoot, I had a little bit more to go on for you, Cindy, but I do hope this was able to give you some clarity, and I'm sending you and Jay all the healing vibes possible, because a stroke is nothing to play with. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful time here, and make sure you go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe. And remember, I am here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. with What's Love Got to Do with It. So you guys will see me more often from here on out. Cindy says, thank you so much. And you are so very welcome, Cindy. Donna says, hello, gorgeous. Glad I finally caught a live with you on. Donna, I'm so happy to see you on the live with me. Hi, my friend. I'm so happy for everyone tuning in. Even if you guys are a little late, I don't care. It's the fact that you guys even stopped by that means the most. So thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. So let's go ahead and get into our next question. We're having such a fun time today. Delphine. Ooh, what a fancy foxy name. Delphine. That is powerful and regal. I love it. It makes me think of fire spins. So she says, Hello, do you see me getting a better job than the one I have now? Lots of career questions, but I dig it. The love of money is a thing, and the love of wanting to survive in 2024 is also a thing. So I definitely understand. Now, let's see. Are you going to get a better job? I think so. The answer here is yes, but here's kind of the drawback. It's going to take a little bit of extra work, and I think you're going to get a little bit of help from somebody who might be able to get you a job somewhere else. So I feel like this is going to happen closing in towards fall. Definitely closing in towards fall. However, you have to just keep your emotions high when thinking about this, but there's somebody who has a job opportunity for you. This person feels like a friend of yours who you may know. And I think if you are able to communicate wanting to shift jobs, you are going to be able to go ahead through them. They may be able to get you a spot somewhere that is going to be helpful in your quest to get a new position. So I definitely think the answer is yes. It just, again, proactivity is going to be your biggest thing here. However, I do feel like because you're not super thrilled with the job situation you have now, it might be a little bit easy to feel like nothing is changing and nothing is going to happen. Don't get yourself down that way. Don't allow yourself to crawl into that black hole of feelings, because you will get sucked in and you will never get spat back out. So just remember, I know every day is hard. Every day is a little bit more difficult than the next one, but try and remain as positive as possible with your work situation, because the moment you start letting those negative thoughts go in, you're going to downhill slide. So it's going to happen. Just give it a little bit of time. But I do definitely see where a friend is going to be able to help you get a new position. Belle, you can't catch me. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me on my first show back. It's been a minute, but I'll be back. Like I said, every Wednesday at 6 p.m., you can catch me on What's Love Got to Do with It. And remember, at 10 p.m. today, you can catch Journey NK on Into the Shadows of Dreams. So if you have anything going on with your dreams that might pertain to love or anything we talked about today, catch them at 10 o'clock. It's like a follow-up read to the read. It's like double happiness for y'all. And also tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Journey Ryan live. So you guys, it's been a beautiful time. Thank you so much for all the warm welcoming of me back. And I cannot wait to see you guys next week. Drink lots of water, take care, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.